Right, so today we are going to do a 2020 election prediction between Vice President Joe Biden, who as of this point hasn't gotten in but is expected to get in potentially next week, and Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. So, first of all, let's fill in the states that are likely to be safe for Joe Biden. These are states nobody sees flipping. Now let's talk about the states that are safe for Donald Trump. Again, these are states nobody sees flipping, at least not as of this moment. All right, and then I'll give this to Joe Biden. All right, so, oh, and obviously Alaska. I always forget about Alaska. So now let's go down the list. So, first of all, I think Virginia is likely Democratic. Well, maybe not. You know what? For right now, I think Joe Biden is the type of candidate that can really appeal to voters in Virginia. So for that reason, I'm going to say that Virginia is likely for him. And you know what? Colorado is moving in a more progressive direction. I'm going to say that that's a likely Biden as well. Nevada, I'm kind of in between on whether that should be lean or likely Democratic, just because Donald Trump almost won it in 2016. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put it in likely, just because Democrats have been gaining more ground there lately. In terms of Arizona, I think I'll come back to Arizona. In terms of Texas, I'm going to say Texas is likely Republican. I don't see Texas turning blue until at least 2024. In terms of Nebraska's 2nd district, I'd say that's either lean or likely Republican, but I'll come back to that. In terms of Florida, I'm going to say that one's leaning Republican. Republicans have been doing a lot better there lately in Florida. You know what, Al? I'm not sure. Okay, I'll come back to those. In terms of Georgia, Georgia is either lean or likely Republican. I'm going to say this one is actually likely Republican. I don't foresee Georgia turning. And I think, you know what, Joe Biden might be able to appeal to some voters in Georgia. I'll put Georgia in the lean Republican. And I think Ohio is definitely likely Republican. In terms of North Carolina, I think North Carolina also lean Republican. It's a Republican-leaning state. Of course, it's always going to be close, but I think Republicans overall have a lot more ground in a place like North Carolina. And then Arizona, I also think Arizona, I'm going to say Arizona. I think that one would be super close, but I'm going to say that one's tilting in the Republican column, in the GOP's column. And I think that Nebraska's 2nd district is leaning in the Republican column. That sounds about right. I think Iowa's probably leaning in Trump's column. And I think Minnesota and, Minnesota and New Hampshire are leaning Biden. And I'm actually going to say that I think Michigan, it's going to be really hard for Trump to win that back. I've said that before, just because Michigan is just because Michigan, he only won it by 11,000 votes in 2016, so I think it's going to be hard for Trump to win it back. So I think that one's tilting in Biden's column. I also think Wisconsin is tilting in Trump's column. I think the problem is Joe Biden doesn't do very well with turnout, and I think for that reason, again, he doesn't do well with the grassroots. He doesn't do well with turnout. For that reason, I actually foresee Wisconsin going for Trump. And in terms of the second district, oh wait, did I make a mistake? Oh no, hold on, sorry. This is supposed to, I think the second district is the Democratic district. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. So I think Maine's first district would be leaning Trump. I also think that Maine's at-large district would be leaning Democratic. This would put Donald Trump already at 270, which would make him president of the United States, and that just leaves Pennsylvania down. I know a lot of you are probably going to be mad at me for doing this. I think it's tilt Trump. I do, and I'll tell you why. Because Joe Biden just can't do well with turnout. There's nothing interesting about Joe Biden, similar to unlike with Bernie Sanders, who actually does well with the grassroots, can actually energize his base. Biden can't really do that, and for that reason, I just don't see him doing well in terms of turnout. For that reason, I'm going to say that Donald Trump wins this election. So let me know your guys' thoughts, and that's about all I have to say for today.